Right. Put on the brake. So, hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing this as it is leaving now, the Amazon ZAV spreader, smart spreader. You'll have to excuse the calves roaring, it's early in the morning and, well, a few calves have to be looked after, but someone else will be doing that. We're going to pack on the campaign. But anyways, what's your thoughts?
What's a fantastic bit of kit?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's exactly what you said it is. It's a smart spreader.
Yeah. So we'll just go through the things we didn't like about it, things we liked about it. We'll show you a bit more, and then we'll tell you how many hectares we spread, because we spread a lot of hectares, and the tonnage, and we'll see can Father Phil put a figure on how much fertilizer it saved, and then we will let you in on a little secret at the end. But anyways, so what didn't we like about it?
The spreader itself is nothing I didn't like about it.
Yeah.
It was good. The monitor, you needed an undo button.
Yeah. Yeah.
While you were familiarising yourself, if you hit the wrong button, it was very...
You can't go back.
You can't go. You just want to... If you want to make that one step back, you couldn't do it.
Yeah. You got caught in the big field after we sowed the beans. Yeah. You went to Paul Siler's manure, and you got caught. You done the boundary.
I done the boundary, and I recorded the boundary, and then I must have hit the wrong button, and it lost the boundary. And I already had the boundary spread, and I had to start, just had to do an A and B line and go up and down the field after. But there was only one time it caught me, because the next morning when I come to it, I knew where I had gone wrong. I didn't make the same mistake, and we spread away perfect. It's a very easy monitor to use, to pick up on. There's no question about that. It's dead easy to use, but
when you make a mistake,
just if you had the undo button, just for that one move. Yeah.
So that's the only flaw you can put on is just could do an undo button.
If it had a fault, that was the only thing I could fault it with. Maybe just an age thing.
Yeah.
You know, modern technology, smartphones and all the rest.
So that's the only thing we could fault
it was handy with the
spreader on. But then on the upside, the weight cells.
Oh yeah, upsides, the weight cells, the GPS spreading. Oh, that was it's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Like you don't have to touch a thing. Once you set your boundary, it does the rest.
Yeah.
It fills in the field. It will save fertilizer, there's no two ways about it. How much we saved, I just wouldn't be able to put a definite figure on it.
Well, what do you think? 10%? They reckon 10% is what you save with that spreader.
I'd say about 10%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say about 10%. The field in Coal Hill, we would have saved a bit more, because it's an awful shape of a field.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to spread in 24 metres.
Yeah.
And I can't spread it in anything else because the sprayer is 24 metres.
Because it's tillage field.
It's a tillage field. It's a huge tillage man's spreader. It's also a good dairy man's spreader. Nowadays, the way farming is gone, it's not in the money you can make anymore. It's in the money you can save.
Yeah.
Now, it is an expensive bit of kit, but I'm quite sure it will be a bit of kit to be around the place for a long, long time.
Well, it's a bit of kit that saves money. And when it's saved the price of itself, that money's into your arse pocket, that's where it goes. But just on the weight cells, very, very handy with the weight cells, because you could see on the monitor how much fertilizer you had left in the spreader. And what other things I only realised after I made the first video, when you put in your application rate, it'll tell you how many hectares you can spread based on the fertilizer in the spreader and your application rate. So you done it with the lime, you put granulated lime on some tillage ground, and Father Phil marked the boundary. He knew how much was in the field, and then he put...
I knew how much was in the field because I spread it the day before.
Yeah, well, he knew how much was in the field, and he calculated up the spread rate to match the application rate, and you spread the field, and what do you have, 20 kilos over?
Oh, not even.
Not even?
Not even.
So
you could say I really had nothing over. It was 10
or
12 kilos reading.
Yeah. And
the wrong end of the field, and when I started to come back, sure, it didn't go from here to the dog.
Yeah.
It was just gone. I was just Absolutely spot on.
But that's a great advantage of that spreader. Like I said, lime and things like that, you can put it in exactly where you need it to be. What else is there? The app on the phone, there's 2 apps on the phone. One for that's like gives you a guide on how the monitor works.
That's the one you didn't give me.
Yeah. And then there's one for doing the settings, all the settings. So you go in and you type in whatever fertilizer you have, urea, whatever the manufacturer. It'll give you the settings, so your boundary settings, and then it'll give you the small, short and long vein settings. And you just pop them into it. You put them onto the monitor then as well, so you can get your calibration factor, which is your flow rate, so it knows what the flow is of the fertilizer. And that's it. Very, very easy to use. No looking through a book. You literally I have it on my phone here. The hydraulic top is unusual.
Hydraulic top is unusual. It's probably something we will consider when we get round maybe to get one. But it was very handy because before you left the tractor, you opened the cover.
Yeah.
And when you hopped up on the tractor, you shut the cover.
Yeah. And there was no hole hurting your shoulder trying to get it open and closed.
It's not, our cover isn't hard to open and shut, but oftentimes I'd be
in the tractor and not where it closed.
Exactly.
So how many hectares did we spread with it? When I took it off the monitor, we had 146 hectares spread.
Yeah. Between grass and tillage.
Between grassland and tillage land, so
there's only a percentage of what of the farm. There's still ground. There's ground that we have to put fertiliser on yet that, unfortunately,
well, we're not going to get travelling it yet.
You'd want a boat.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons as well why we didn't put on the big tractor. We put on the 6270, went with the lighter tractor, and to be honest, the 6270 could have done with a few more front weights. The full 2 ton had her a little bit light on the front. So on the spreader, you've seen it now. That we're pretty much finished talking about it, and I can't think of much else to say. We're very happy with it, and as a lot of people are commenting, are we going to buy one? And to be perfectly honest, I had actually priced one off them after they said they were going to drop us one down, so I was curious to see, and we just couldn't do anything on it this year. But after,
well, the budget is spent.
Yeah, the budget is spent on other machinery.
Because there's another machine coming.
Well, there's a couple of bits coming, but after Father Phil got it and got all that he spread with it, what's the plan?
Yeah, I think we'll have a bash.
Yeah, we're going to have a go. Hopefully not this year. Now it'll be for next year.
No,
but
for next season.
We'll apply.
Good nick,
we'll apply for the grant now.
We have the fertiliser spread now.
I know.
Bulk of it.
Yeah, but we're apply for the TAMS grant now, so we can get the 60% on it, and then we have a year then to use that. I'm pretty sure it's a year.
Yeah, mostly. Yeah.
And yeah, we're all going well. We'll have one of them for next year. Only it'll be 3 ton, and it'll have hydraulic discs rather than mechanical PTO. Well, bit safer, and the lads in Amazon say you get that extra 5% saving. And with the hydraulic disc, it literally, as you go into a corner of the field, disc rate slows down and the flow rate slows down, so it puts it out even better, and you save more fertilizer. And as Father Phil says, farming isn't it's gone from how much can you make to how much can you save, because the more you save, the more you have for yourself.
The less you have to make.
Yeah. The more you save, the less you have to make. But anyways, that's really it. There's nothing else to say about it. Big thanks to Farmhand for sending it down to us. We have thoroughly enjoyed using it. We've pretty much got a sale out of us for one now. So if any of you are interested in a spreader like this or want to know more, all going well, there'll be links in the phone number in the description down below. You can contact Farmhand and they'll put you in touch with the relevant their dealer network to get yourself a price on one. But yeah, in the Hail the Hunt, we're happy with, and we're going to try and get ourselves one for next year, because the saving in fertiliser pays itself, especially on a farm of our scale with the amount of fertiliser we put out. It pays for itself in a couple of years. But anyways, I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Please like and subscribe to the channel. That is it from us. Good luck.